Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue version. One thing to note before we get started is that you will hear there is no game volume. This is due to an editing issue. I'm still getting used to the software I'm using, and I recently got a new microphone. So I am recording this in post, but I'm going to try my best to go along as if I was playing it. So we have made our way to Cerulean City, the second gym town. We could take on Misty's gym right now, but instead we're going to hold off because there is some more activities we can do around here. So first we find a Slowbro who's taking a nap. Okay, Slowbro, use Sonic Boom. Come on, Slowbro, pay attention. Well, let's see if there's anything new at the mart. Hi there, may I help you? Hey, look, we have repels. These are a new item. Repels are actually fairly useful for helping you find select encounters or avoiding encounters as a whole. So repels help you avoid encounters by repelling any Pokemon that is equal to or less than the level of your Pokemon in your front of your party. In this case, with Parasy in front, we can avoid any battles with Pokemon level 15 and lower. So if we want something specific and it shows up at a little higher level, we can now isolate that encounter. If we come here, grass and caves, handle easily. Bike shop. Ooh, a bike would be useful to help us travel around. So let's see if we can get one. Hi, welcome to our bike shop. Have we got just the bike for you? Ooh, never mind. $1 million, that's kind of steep. Sorry you can't afford it. Come back again sometime. So, guess we need to leave here and let's head up here. And this house is kind of special because we talk to this lady. My husband likes trading Pokemon. If you are a collector, would you please trade with him? Hello there. Do you want to trade your Poliwhirl for Jinx? Maybe, but I don't have a Poliwhirl. So, this is our first instance of a in-game trade. In this case, a Poliwhirl for a Jinx. In Pokemon Yellow, this trade is... No, not Pokemon Yellow. Japanese version of Pokemon Blue. This trade is actually different, where you can trade a Haunter for a Machoke for a Haunter. So this guy's better than Mindy from the Sinnoh games. Another thing to note, in Pokemon Yellow version in this house, you can get a Bulbasaur if you have a high enough friendship with Pikachu. One way to actually increase your friendship with Pikachu fairly quickly is if it's at full health, keep trying to give it a potion. It will not use the potion, but it counts as if you are using an item on it, and it will help its friendship increase. Back here behind this house, you can find a hidden rare candy. So once again, rare candies are really useful items, but they're best used for later on in our adventure. So now let's head up north here. Oh, I forgot about this house. This is a special house that we will have to get to later, but there is a police officer out here. All right, I took a bit to talk to him. Okay, come on. There we go. The people here were robbed. It's obvious that Team Rocket is behind this most hideous crime. Even our police force has trouble with the Rockets. Yeah, I can kind of tell with the Team Rocket member out behind the house. So now let's head north to a very special location, but first, yo Phoenix, you're still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Here, let me see what you caught, Phoenix. So, Green is here once more for a battle. This is our third rival battle. And as always, depending on which version you're playing, his team is slightly different. So, starting off, he has a level 18 Pidgeotto in red and blue version. In yellow version, he would start off with a level 18 Spearow. So, Parasy here isn't necessarily the best start, but we can take advantage of our Stun Spore to slow down and hopefully avoid some damage from this. So we can now switch out and give Kaiser an advantage. So it's a good thing we swapped out because that Gus would probably have knocked out Parasy, mainly with a critical hit. The quick attack is still strong and another critical hit. Let's hit back with a horn attack. Looks like it might take us 3 or 4 hits to knock out this Pidgeotto. Goes for a sand attack, trying to lower our accuracy. But one more horn attack should help, but we missed. But with the paralyzed, we basically had a free turn. Now let's try a horn attack once more. And we get the knockout. Parasy gains 216 experience, so does Kaiser. And next, our Green sends out Abra. Abra is a pure psychic type and kind of starts off as kind of a gimmick Pokemon with only having the move Teleport, which means we can switch Parasy in here and not have to worry about damage because Teleport is a move that really is only can use to be run for battles or to teleport you back to a Pokemon Center. So this is some free experience on Parasy. In Pokemon Yellow, he would instead have a Sandshrew at the same level of 15. So arguably a harder fight with that case. But we were able to get the knockout. Parasy grows to level 16. Still no new moves. Next, in both red, blue, and yellow versions, he does have a Rattata level 15. Okay, let's go for Stun Spore once more. And hopefully get the paralysis. That quick attack is pretty tough. Quick attack, even though with paralysis it lowers Rattata's speed, quick attack is still a priority move and would bypass the speed drop. But some scratches are taking out Rattata. One more should do it, and we get the knockout. Parasy gains 183 experience. And last but not least, our rival will always send out his starter Pokemon in red and blue, whichever one's stronger against you. And yellow, it will be Eevee. We're going to keep Parasy in here. Once again, trying to get our Sunspore. Bulbasaur tries to use Leech Seed, but luckily we evaded the attack. Successfully get off the paralysis. And as normal, we're going to start attacking back with Scratch. Not doing too much, but his tackle also doesn't do a huge amount. So maybe if we get lucky with some paralysis like we just did, we can win this fight. Oh, another tackle. We can't take another hit. So let's switch out to Gimbu. Let's try to keep Parasy out instead. Maybe we get lucky. Avoid the Leech Seed again. One more scratch. So close, but not enough. But that growl should seal it for Bulbasaur. And we get the knockout. So we defeat Green once more. Hey, take it easy. You won already. We gain $595. Hey, guess what? I went to Bill's and got him to show me his rare Pokemon. That added a lot of pages to my Pokédex. After all, Bill's world famous as a Pokemaniac. He invented the PC storage system on the PC. Since You're using his system. Go thank him. Well, I better get rolling. Smell you later. So this is kind of a very big revelation where Bill actually created the Pokemon storage system. This is a bit of knowledge that's carried throughout actually multiple games, and Bill is a reference as creating this storage system, but he has other people to help run it as admins of the sites, and this is where you will see people's other names when you check the PC. So now that we're healed up, we're going to head north once more, and we will come to our first kind of big trainer gauntlet known as the Nugget Bridge. So the Nugget Bridge consists of 5 different trainers we're going to have to battle, and we can get a reward at the end. This is Nugget Bridge. Beat us 5 trainers and win a fabulous prize. Think you got what it takes? So our first battle is against a bug catcher. He starts off with a Caterpie, level 14. So nothing abnormal, it's just a high level, but we've dealt with Caterpies plenty. They're not that strong. So a couple scratches, even from Parasy, should take them out. Okay, Caterpie's a 3-shot. He has got some damage off on us, but Parasy's still doing good. Alright, next he sends out Weedle. We're going to keep Parasy in. Yeah, Weedle has kind of the advantage due to his poison sting attack, due to that being 4 times as effective against Parasy, but let's get our Stun Spore off and use our normal strategy of Stun Spore and Scratch. Keeps using String Shot to try to lower our speed, but it still does no damage, and we're able to take out Weedle with just some damage on Parasy. Gain some more, and now he's at level 17. Getting caught up to our other team members. Whew, good stuff. Gain some money. Alright, next. I'm second. Now it's serious. We have a Lass. So she also has 2 Pokemon. Starting off with a Pidgey. Parasy's not a great matchup for it. But let's try our tried and true method of Stun Spore, Scratch. The Sand Attack isn't that great, but due to our kind of high accuracy with Scratch, it should not be too bad as long as we don't get multiple ones, and luckily we avoided another Sand Attack. But that Quick Attack does hit decently hard. But one more Scratch should take it out. We should be able to survive this. We did. And we get the knockout. Just a bit more and Parasy should be caught up. Next, she sends out a Nidoran. We'll keep it out, and this is just so we can get some more experience on Parasy. I try to keep all my party members around the same level. Ow. I don't know why, but it always seems like I get poisoned off. Poison's just sting in this game. But that water gun takes out half of Nidoran's health. We do take some damage from poison and then a tackle. One more water gun should do it unless we get unlucky. Oh, come on. Well, at least it used growl, so we didn't take any more damage. Use this water gun, knock it out, and then we can head to the Pokemon Center to heal up once more. Okay, Genbu and Parasy gain some experience. How could I lose? Got a little more money, and now once more back to the Pokemon Center. Luckily, we don't have to worry about Genbu fainting due to how much health he has left. But we can get healed up fairly quickly and then get right back into the battles. Luckily, we don't have to battle those 2 again. So We only have 3 battles left. And here's me clicking A way too fast, as I always do. It's always been a habit of mine to speed through text and just spam A. Okay. Just walking back. One of the annoying parts about this gauntlet. Next, we have, here's number 3. I won't be easy. And a youngster. 3 Pokemon this time. Sends out Rattata. So, we just beat one a little higher level, so this shouldn't be that bad. That tackle did a fair amount. And of course, Sunspore doesn't seem to affect it for some reason. The Tail Whip failed, and now Sunspore hits. Just the weird thing that sometimes it just doesn't work. Get our scratches off. Looks like 3 hits should do it. Just hopefully those quick attacks don't take us out beforehand. Just one more hit, and we take out Rattata. Gain some more experience, and next is Atkins. Yeah, let's send out Kaiser with the poison and the wrap. Parasy might not be able to make it through, but Kaiser should be strong enough to take it home out pretty quickly. So we use Horn Attack. Get a little over halfway there. The Leer lowers our defense, but one more Horn Attack should take out Atkins. And we get the unnecessary critical hit. Kaiser gains some experience. Now he's sending out Zubat. We'll just keep Kaiser in due to the poison and flying. Parasy's worst enemies. And a Horn Attack once again. Almost knocked it out. Luckily we didn't get that Supersonic to confuse us and drag on the battle. And Zubat's knocked out. Ow! Stomp flat. Gain a little more money. Next trainer. I'm number 4. Getting tired. Another last 2 Pokemon. And, okay, another Pidgey. Pretty good level. Let's try our strategy once more of Stun Spore Scratch. At least get the Stun Spore hopefully off. Okay. And let's switch out to Kaiser once more. Just due to his high attack stat, he can take care of these battles fairly quickly. A little over half. Avoid the sand attack. And Horn Attack once more for the knockout. And unnecessary critical. Gain some experience. And alright, she has the same team as last. I think slightly a higher level. So Horn Attack. And just over half health left. Another Horn Attack. Maybe if we get lucky on a damage roll. And nope. So 3 hits. Not too bad. And Kaiser grows to level 19. I lost 2. Alright, let's take on this last guy. Yeah, we're starting to hurt, but we should be fine. And it's a junior trainer. Only 1 Pokemon, a Mankey. So this is kind of our first time seeing Mankey in blue and red version, but of course in yellow you could have seen him earlier. Try to go for our Stun Spore, but unfortunately we don't get it out in time. Let's send out Gembu for the experience since Kaiser is slightly higher level. The crit, and we retaliate with a water gun. Leer lowers our defenses. One more water gun and should knock him out. And we get the knockout. Critical hit. Once more. Whoa, too much. Okay, now let's collect our reward. Congratulations, you beat our 5 good contestant trainers. You just earned a fabulous prize. Phoenix received a nugget. Awesome. Nuggets are great for selling. We get a lot of money from them. So, by the way, would you like to join Team Rocket? We're a group dedicated to evil using Pokemon. Want to join? Are you sure? Come on, join us. I'm telling you to join. Okay, you need convincing. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. And we get our 6th Battle of the Nugget Bridge from a Team Rocket member. He sends out an Ekans, level 15. But Gimbu should be able to handle this. Let's use a water gun. Which did a little more. Please don't poison. Oh, thank goodness. Fight back. Oh, we didn't get the knockout. Oh, no poison, no poison, no poison. No. That's good. And knockout. Okay. Next is Zubat. And we'll keep Gimbu in. Water gun once more. Supersonic. Yes, it missed. Water gun. And one last water gun for the win. Zubat fainted. Gain 127 or 172. Go to level 19. You're good. And we got some more money. With your ability, you could become a top leader in Team Rocket. Yeah, I know I'm good. Alright. Let's heal up. And I just decided to skip all the way back to here. So you don't have to watch. If we go up here, we can see an item. But in Pokemon Yellow version, you can find a trainer that will give you a Charmander. I can't remember the exact reason why you get a Charmander, but we did get a TM here. TM45. It contains Thunder Wave. So Thunder Wave is another paralysis type move. Unfortunately, none of our team members can learn it. So it's very useful to helping catch Pokemon. Any status effect actually increases the catch rate. So they can be fairly useful. Did not mean to run into this trainer. Alright. As always, another Rattata. Luckily, we're fully healed for this one. So, Stun Spore. We should be able to take him out with Parasy now. Scratch. Scratch again. Finish him off with Scratch. And knockout. Next, he sends out Ekans. So, once again, we run into these often. Let's send out Kaiser, but make sure Parasy gets some experience. Leer missed. We use Horn Attack. Wrap. Let's just hope this doesn't last too long. Come on. Okay, Horn Attack. And critical hit to knock out. Gain some experience. Okay, so in this grass here, we do have a few new encounters. Let's see, and our first new encounter is Bellsprout. Bellsprout is exclusive to Pokemon Blue version, where its counterpart Oddish is in Red version. Both Bellsprout and Oddish are grass poison types and can be useful for a upcoming move we're going to be getting to help us just get around the world. So I do somewhat recommend catching one, mainly just to help us. So we will be catching a Bellsprout, but it's not going to be a party member. But it also counts towards our dex total, which will help us also get some items later. So Bellsprout was caught. In yellow version, both Bellsprout and Oddish are available. So on this route, in blue version, there's Caterpie and Metapod, where in red, their counterparts Weedle and Kakuna can be found. And then, of course, there is Bellsprout and Oddish, as I mentioned earlier. And then we have Pidgey. In yellow version, you have Bellsprout and Oddish. You have Pidgey. And once again, we have Pidgeotto available at a 1% chance, so fairly rare. And then in red and blue, there is another encounter, which I'm looking for currently. And in yellow, there is also another new Pokemon, Venonat. Venonat is a bug poison type and is available in red and blue, but later on. So we won't be seeing it for a while. But hopefully we can run into this other encounter soon. Another Metapod. But this last encounter, once again, I will actually recommend maybe catching it because and here it is. We can find Abra up here. As with earlier, Abra is a pure psychic type with only the move Teleport. This means he's actually fairly tricky to catch because you only get one turn to catch him. Unless you get lucky with Stun Spore or Thunder Wave to paralyze him. So basically it comes down to chucking a Pokeball and hoping you catch him. So we will be getting Abra, not to use, even though Abra is actually a decent party member to have. Abra has 2 evolutions, Kadabra and Alakazam. And of course you saw Abra teleported away, so now we have to find another one. With Abra, the trade-off for him being actually a extremely good party member is that his third and final stage is a trade evolution. So you will need to trade your Kadabra to someone else to get it to evolve and then have them trade you back. Or they trade you a Kadabra and you both get Alakazam. But Kadabra isn't bad to have as a party member by itself. Yes, you don't get access to Alakazam, but you can get a powerful Pokemon in Kadabra. I jumped ahead to just catching Abra. It took me multiple attempts to actually catch him. I think it was like 5 extra times running into him. So I kind of got a little unlucky. But we have him, and we're going to use him for an important trade later. So now let's head up and go to the right side of the Nugget Bridge after I heal up once more. Okay, this is me from post. I kind of find it funny. I cut at other times, but I didn't cut this one out. And I'm still learning my editing software, so I'm just leaving it in for now. But let me also drop off some party members that we're not using. So Bellsprout, save him for later. Abra, save him for later. And also while I'm at it, let me clear out my bag. So one thing with this game, you do not have unlimited bag space. So you will need to empty out kind of some of your items as you go along. So let's put some of these TMs away that we're not using. We'll also be putting away some of our other items. So like our nuggets and rare candies. And I hit a too fast and put away my town map. So I do recommend putting any items that are important and that you might want to use for later, like this ether to help get power points back. Put our helix fossil away because we're still a long ways away from reviving it. And finally put away our nugget. And then go to withdraw so I can get my town map back. Not necessary to have. I know the map fairly well, but I like keeping it just in case I need to explain something. Alright, so let's head back up to Route 24. And see what's on our right side. So if you go to the right, we see we have another patch of grass that you can use to hunt for Abra and all of them. But this is another big trainer gauntlet. It's a maze. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to battle one of these trainers real quick, because there is a hidden item up here. And then after that, I am going to maybe save the trainer. Well, I'm actually going to battle all the trainers to get some levels up on my party members, because we do have that gym coming up. But I'm going to be cutting that and doing it in between episodes. That way, you don't have to sit through all the battles, because there's a fair amount. And unfortunately, this game can be fairly slow with the combat. So we're going to use Piracy to take out this Machop. We see that Karate Chop's doing roughly 10 damage per hit. So I think we should be able to knock it out before it can get us. That one only did 9 damage, so we do have a damage range. So unless we get unlucky with this one, we should be fine. But let's be safe and switch out to Kaiser. And of course, didn't need to, because that fully paralyzed. Knock out the Machamp. Gain some experience, and Piracy grows to level 18. And still no new moves. Next is Geodude, so let's send out Gimbu to easily take care of him with some water guns. Or correction, water gun, because of the 4 times weakness. So we get the knockout. You worked hard. Alright, so now if I head up here and we talk to this wall, we can find an elixir. So elixir is just like ether used for getting power points back. So now, once again, I'm going to save these trainers for later. So next time on Pokemon Blue version, we take on our second gym and we get to meet this mysterious Pokemaniac Bill. See you next time.